Yo, Cowboys Nation and NFL fans all over the map, buckle up, because we've got breaking news that just set the entire football world on fire. You read that right, it's official. DK Metcalf, the Seahawks' former star wide receiver turned Steelers playmaker, is now a Dallas Cowboy, and the deal is nothing short of monumental. I'm telling you, this isn't just some offseason fluff or a maybe down the line kind of rumor. This is confirmed, locked in, and already shaking up the league's entire offensive landscape. Let's break it down, because what's happening here is potentially franchise-altering for Dallas and a massive turning point in Metcalf's career. The Cowboys front office just pulled off what can only be described as one of the boldest wide receiver acquisitions in recent history, acquiring DK Metcalf in a jaw-dropping deal that sees him sign a 4-year contract worth a reported $132 million. Including a mind-blowing $62 million guaranteed. That puts him right up there with the biggest earners in the NFL at his position, alongside names like Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, and Jamar Chase. But here's the kicker, it's not just about the money. It's about what this move means for the Cowboys, for Dak Prescott, for Mike McCarthy, and for the NFC East in general. DK Metcalf coming to Dallas is more than a personnel upgrade, it's a complete offensive identity shift. Think about it, the Cowboys already have CeeDee Lamb, arguably a top 5 receiver in the NFL right now, coming off a career year with nearly 1,400 yards and double-digit touchdowns. They've got Brandon Cooks as a reliable speed threat, a healthy Tony Pollard in the backfield, and a quarterback in Dak Prescott who, despite the constant media pressure, still puts up top 10 numbers when given the weapons and protection. Now you add DK Metcalf to that mix? You're talking about a borderline unstoppable aerial assault. Metcalf brings something Dallas hasn't had since the days of Dez Bryant, a physically dominant, alpha-type 10 receiver who can win against press coverage, dominate jump balls, and draw double teams that open up the entire field for his teammates. At 6'4", 229 pounds, with 4.3 speed, Metcalf is a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. And let's not forget, this guy isn't just muscle and highlight reels he's produced year after year, posting multiple 1,000-yard seasons, racking up touchdowns like clockwork, and bringing a level of physicality that sets the tone for an entire offense. When he lines up wide and stares down a corner, that corner already knows what's coming, and there's very little they can do to stop it. What makes this even more electrifying is the timing. The Cowboys are entering a make-or-break season. They've come close, very close in recent years, but always seem to fall just short in the playoffs, either due to poor execution, conservative play calling, or simply getting outgunned. This move is a statement. It says Jerry Jones is done playing it safe. It says Mike McCarthy is getting the firepower he needs to finally unleash a more vertical, aggressive scheme. And most importantly, it gives Dak Prescott the clearest signal yet, no more excuses. You've got the tools, now it's time to deliver. But let's rewind for a second and talk about how we even got here. DK Metcalf's journey to Dallas wasn't linear. Drafted in 2019 by the Seahawks, he instantly became one of Russell Wilson's favorite weapons, racking up over 900 yards as a rookie and following it up with a monster sophomore season that saw him break the Seahawks' single-season receiving record. But as Seattle shifted into a rebuild and sent Wilson to Denver, Metcalf's future started to get cloudy. He signed an extension in Seattle but voiced frustrations over inconsistent quarterback play and game planning. By 2024, the writing was on the wall, he needed a new home. That new home briefly became Pittsburgh, where he teamed up with a young quarterback and helped stretch the field, but it was clear that team had other priorities, especially after investing in multiple skill positions and focusing heavily on defense. Then came the opportunity. Dallas had quietly been monitoring the situation, and when Pittsburgh started shopping Metcalf due to long-term cap flexibility and locker room balance concerns, the Cowboys pounced. They offered a mix of premium draft picks and one young rotational defender, and Pittsburgh, trying to build depth across their roster, pulled the trigger. The Cowboys didn't just want Metcalf, they needed him. Their offense, while effective, lacked that terrifying mismatch weapon who forces defenses into cover 2 shells and opens up everything underneath for tight ends and slot receivers. Metcalf does exactly that. You have to respect his deep threat, which means safeties can't cheat into the box. That gives more room for Pollard to operate in the run game. It also means CeeDee Lamb can eat defenses alive in the slot without drawing double coverage every snap. If you're a defensive coordinator facing the Cowboys in 2025, you're going to have a sleepless week. You can't double everybody. If you double Metcalf, Lamb gets single coverage. If you try to bracket both, Pollard gets daylight in the run game. And that's not even factoring in the development of tight end Jake Ferguson, who's becoming a red zone threat in his own right. From a contract perspective, the deal is surprisingly team-friendly despite the high numbers. The first 2 years carry a significant cap hit, yes, but they're offset by team options in years 3 and 4, allowing Dallas to restructure if necessary or move on with minimal dead cap if things don't pan out. That's smart business. It's a win-win. Metcalf gets his guaranteed money and long-term security, while Dallas retains flexibility in a league where cap management is everything. Now, let's talk locker room dynamics, because talent alone doesn't win championships. Chemistry matters. The Cowboys have built a core group of leaders on both sides of the ball. Dak is respected. Micah Parsons is a tone setter. Lamb is quiet but fierce. The culture has been shifting toward accountability and focus, and the addition of Metcalf, known for his passion, competitiveness, and work ethic, fits perfectly into that mold. He's not a diva, he's a warrior. Sure, he's expressive on the field, but that's the kind of energy Dallas has lacked in key moments. Someone who plays with fire and raises the intensity of everyone around him. And let's be real, Metcalf in that iconic star jersey, playing under the bright lights at AT&T Stadium, is box office gold. This isn't just a football move, it's a marketing dream. Jerseys will fly off shelves. Primetime ratings will spike. Opposing teams will circle the Cowboys on their calendars as the team to measure themselves against. The NFC East just got way more interesting. The Eagles have their dynamic duo at wideout, the Giants are rebuilding with a new quarterback, and Washington's defense is no joke. But with this move, Dallas just became the favorite in many people's eyes. They've got the quarterback, the receivers, the line, the defense, and now, they've added one of the most feared weapons in the game. But with big moves come big expectations. The media will be watching. Fans will be demanding results. Every incomplete pass will be dissected. Every red zone stall will raise questions. Did they pay too much? Can Metcalf stay healthy? Will he mesh with Dak's timing and rhythm? All valid questions, but the upside is so high, so explosive, that it's absolutely worth the gamble. And don't be surprised if this isn't the last big move Dallas makes this year. This front office is clearly in win-now mode, and with the arms race heating up across the league, the Cowboys know they have a window and they're ready to smash it open. So, what do you think? Is this the move that finally puts Dallas over the top? Is Metcalf the missing piece to a Super Bowl puzzle that's eluded the franchise for nearly 3 decades? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you're hyped for DK in that navy and silver, and don't forget to subscribe because we'll be covering training camp battles, preseason updates, and every regular season headline from here on out. This is going to be a wild ride, and if you're a Cowboys fan, you might want to clear your calendar for January because this team is built for a deep playoff run, and DK Metcalf might just be the X factor who turns what if into we did it. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. Let's go Cowboys!